I fucked up. Yeah. I don't really know how I did this. And I don't know which option to select. To fix it. Aha! Memories. Start the game. Oh wait, okay, so it clears. You have nothing by default. See, you only think it seems counterintuitive because you just don't understand. It is very intuitive. I kind of liked it with the subtitles being in a way I just simply couldn't understand. Okay, but it might be the mic. I did. I messed around with the noise gate. Let me see. Oh my god, can I not get to the filter? Okay. It should be louder now. But we can officially get back into it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
We're abusing
is a
autoplay.
princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Is this text just always bigger now? Hold on. Boil effect. The fuck is a boil effect? Oh, I must have changed the font also when I was fucking. I did change the font when I was fucking. That's why it was bigger. So. I'm just gonna try and get to the new stuff.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
And see if there's any, like... there's no voice of the hero right now.
That's the spirit.
Why is there no voice
You
of the
make your
hero?
way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right?
There he
She's
is.
a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, maybe go catch your flight then, yeah. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good flight, I guess. Bye-bye.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The
Like the
blade
Pristine
is your
Cut.
implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, we're gonna turn auto off. Ugh. I know
You take the blade from the table.
one of the expanded
It'll be rather
routes.
difficult to slay the princess and
Yeah. Slaying the princess. Yeah,
the
whatever.
door to the basement creak her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Oh,
Great
okay.
job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
It's so tempting to just skip through all the text.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Are you coming on to me?
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Believe me.
I don't know,
And do
Jonathan
you think
Sims.
asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Damn, she's kind of a real one.
Do you?
Don't just tell her that.
Wow.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
I don't know about that, Mr.
How
Narrator.
sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Slay the princess.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to...
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never...
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stair... Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Me when I cheat.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Me when I
heard the
lie.
door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, You place the blade against the princess's
The
arm,
autism stare.
just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Maybe she
Thank
isn't.
you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape as the princess approaches the... Wait.
Me when I cheat. Me when I lie. Me when I'm an asshole.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly... Stop it. Stop. Resist. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground.
She has a long
blood
fucking arm.
flowing from your butchered neck.
I never
This is
noticed
the end,
that.
isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
Maybe the end for losers who can't time travel.
You're here to slay her. If you don't... A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's good. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how... I'm not so sure running away is the best idea. We're not... Seriously? You're just going to... I guess we will. Good. Going back to the cabin is the only way we can get to the bottom of things. A warning.
Missed you,
Before you-
skeptic.
She will lie. Yes, yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
No, I didn't. Wink.
The interior of the cabin is lesser. The only furniture of note is an iron table. The blade is your... He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blades. There's definitely... There isn't. I think you know.
I would.
Exactly. Why would I lie? You walk up to the wall next to the basement. This really isn't... You reach forward and... But it was there a second, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I don't remember which one I need to do here. I wish I could just clear all of my saves. I'm gonna take the
You
blade,
take the
though.
blade from the table. Good idea. Much better. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves.
This
The
is what
chains
happens if you
binding
post
both
on
her
Twitter.
wrists to the
You end
far
up like
wall,
the princess.
joining the metallic cord. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there is something so obviously useless.
Me when I saw the achievement with the lowest completion rate, and I said, maybe people need help.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you...
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. You do as she asks and sit on the floor.
Thank you. Now... Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before. As much as I would like to remain in... It's complicated. Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, a contingency for you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is in... I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could, and...
Yada 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 yada.
That's pathetic. I get it.
I never said it wasn't pathetic.
Know that...
Wow. Can I do rollback? Don't think I can.
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that. Moving on. Why is it important for us? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into danger. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. Yes, your intentions. There isn't a keyhole in these shackles. And I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid...
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional.
I like that it's
all
all
the more
chains
reason
now.
not to, unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. And now you're back.
Is that really all she... It's not like we have much of a clue about...
You're looking at me like I might be hiding
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's... ominous. But she seems confident. Whatever it... Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you... Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. So, what? I don't know. I'm just spelling. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If your hand... That doesn't sound...
Whatever. Like she's gonna hurt me, her best friend.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't...
Okay, if I had to guess, this might be the one that gets the new ending.
Oh, you bastard. You'll regret this.
The door locked behind us, as if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you... That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she...
Cheater,
so
cheater.
It's not even safe to think.
I told you that you'd regret saying that. But I didn't think you'd regret it so fast. I guess we're stuck together. Sorry doesn't cut it. I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
Ooh.
In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us again. Just listen to... How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? You steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demand. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, the chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
Damn.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave.
Okay. No, that's not the option I want, because I know where that gets us. Alright, let's just give her the knife and see if we get a different
Slide
ending.
it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Oh, or he tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly.
If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves.
A little. Think you got your point across.
Only a little afraid. It's fair.
You slide the blade. The princess maintains unsettling.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word. No.
The music's so crazy.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh.
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally
Normal girl
it falls
things.
to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go.
I hate this. Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready...
Now hold on, she's dead.
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all...
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
This guy's a real one.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
We're gonna do this, just to be safe.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel...
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life.
The windows.
It's all up here.
Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside of the door.
You open the cabin door, ready. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead,
You don't have to act surprised. We could...
But if everything's gone, does that... This is your reward. An eternity of... Oh, this is what's best for everyone.
Like hell it is.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We still have a blade.
Suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't.
Yeah,
You
let's do it.
goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
You goddamn spiteful bastard. I want that as a voice clip. I want that on
Why should
demand.
it matter if we die at this point?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The cage, the new one.
You're on a path in the wood.
Chains everywhere. This is different. This is new.
Oh, hey, homie.
It's worse, is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison. And she's not the only inmate.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before.
Nah, we'd already been here.
I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Huh. I hadn't actually noticed.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Sure.
She... what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
We killed ourselves, obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you.
Yeah, fucking tell him.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board, and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Ooh.
Are you serious? The blade, we can't toss it. It's the only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away.
He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare. Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade.
You had your chance last time. We all saw how that worked out for us.
Too bad. This is a mutiny.
Hey, you can't just do that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions. What if I stop you? Maybe I can make choices too.
Well,
Good luck with that. I've got backup this time, haven't I? Yeah, alliance of convenience. We're not throwing it away. It's important.
Hey, what are you... Are you serious? That's no fair. Let me go.
Sorry, Has to be done.
You seriously not letting me toss it? Real mature. When this goes sideways, it's on the two of you. Fine then. Guess we're keeping it.
Great. Was that so hard? We need to keep our wits sharp.
Yes, you've made the right choice. The blade is the only control we have in this world.
I guess.
Yes, great. Now, will you get to the cabin already? In case you've forgotten, the princess, the fate of the entire world, etc., etc. Are you serious? Fine. You walk away from the cabin and see how that goes for you.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me?
Oh, wait, what?
What's going on? Where are we? Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
I didn't think you could do
It's finally
denial.
happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
Okay, I don't want that. So... load back here.
Great. Was that so?
Yes, yes. You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within. It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
Ooh.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that. Every surface of the cabin is draped in
Ooh.
chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends.
All hand-drawn?
A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Huh. That mirror's back again. Why?
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind?
A tool.
Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us? Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy. You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor. Should have been? Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal.
Whoa,
There's only
just
a
like
loose
in the
web of
Magnus
chains
archives.
suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through. Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard. Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be
Whoa.
a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
It's like I'm swinging.
If the princess lives here, slaying her. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Are you mad at me?
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking.
Whee!
Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try. The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Nothing happened. I think I've always been like this. Outside of everything. A helpless observer to the things that are done to me. The only difference is that my eyes are finally open.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it.
She's acting very rationally, okay?
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
You're a step ahead of me. That means you finally get it. I'm happy for you. I really am. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
Damn.
You give me your implement. See? You already did that one.
You begin to black out.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
So you understand exactly how unfair this all is. Give in with me. None of this is up to us.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Ooh, new icon.
And now, the cut.
Mmm.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go? I told you. It really isn't. And now nothing's stopping you from enjoying the show.
I'm just having a good time with my bestie.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful? It's all going to come to a head soon.
It's funny because we're just heads.
Head.
Aw.
I guess I'll see you next time.
While they die together.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
No exit. New achievement! Oh, the achievements don't show for this game on the screen. That's a bummer. Wow, we lost the voices before getting to the mirror. That's weird. It's an empty, quiet voice.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
We've already gotten, like, all
I am
this.
solitary lights in an empty city. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers. This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be. How can the world have ended if we are talking? I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment. I promise that it doesn't hurt. You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant.
I like that the hands are
Nothing comes
puppeting
here
using
but
the
us.
chains. I think that's a cool detail.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
Convenient.
The rest will find their own way home. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You
Aww.
won't.
Aw, she's my friend. The hero and the princess. Bring the cage to her.
You're on a path in the woods,
Another
and at
achievement.
the end of that path is a cabin.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Then I guess
Fuck
we'll...
you. Fuck you. We're taking the blade again.
The door...
Fuck you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me. How about you drop the...
Look how... Don't you... The blade will be fine. Don't know...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relation...
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Damn, bro.
Stop it.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation. Too long.
Note the lack of detail. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics, no matter... You can't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always...
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge. She isn't she is.
Oh,
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and
slick.
hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that
Shoes.
first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around. Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
I think this is the one I
is
wanted.
this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess,
If I speak?
shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower. That is the one we want.
You're on a path. in
Because
the
we want to get to
woods.
the Fury.
And at the end of that path, you're here. It has. If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we. She is.
Yeah, okay, we've done this a lot.
A warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone. yourself included.
No, she
I
seems
agree.
chill.
If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either, so please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than
It's
its
so high
humble
up.
exterior would suggest. The blade is your implant. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small.
I think
You
we
take
need
the blade from the altar. It would be difficult. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing us. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives, her booming voice.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window, her long...
Actually, yeah, we should save here.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Damn.
It clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is...
Oh, shut the
you dropped
fuck
the blade.
up, narrator.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
the last time we met...
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but as your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits...
What? Why are you trying to make me do it? I'm gonna kill you. You're not kidding about that divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? No. Pick up the blade.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
Gonna kneel here forever. I hate you so much, all of you.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
I think it's interesting that there's a resist option that you can't do. Because you either have to give in to him or give in to her.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't! As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely
Gross, she
natural
got
thing
blood
to
on
do,
my knife.
while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist,
I'm on
struggling
it.
to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
We're already all in. What does push forward mean?
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward.
If I didn't have
Believe
to
me, this
contend
whole
free
ordeal
will.
is so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt.
Yeah.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
This is the average, 5'11" person talking to someone who's 6 foot.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I really wish I could get these options. They're interesting.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
Yeah, stop
You don't
fucking
give her any time to
levitating,
recover.
jerk.
Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
We can do this, can't we?
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly.
Shut up.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks.
Me when I get
Numbness
you.
and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Good job, man.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Fury.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that? I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god!
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
I can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us, and you almost got us killed.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
Alright,
This music's
enough
kind of
chatter.
crazy.
Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening.
If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath.
Yeah, we know what's going
We
on,
know
man.
all about her, and it's hard. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens...
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time, repeatedly.
He did.
It didn't even work. It doesn't... We died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Yeah, let's get to the cabin.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the... That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this... If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can...
No groveling,
Cut it
no
out, will you?
apologizing.
We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high-arched roof, but that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
That's horrible.
You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade
Pristine
perched
cut.
on its edge. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the pedestal.
Good.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it.
All we see is a damn mirror.
It's a bit grimy. What cleaned the door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of a door.
Shut
Whatever.
up.
But it has to be real. It's smash it. Smash it to... Don't you want to know what we'll see in there?
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it...
Smash
You
it!
bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping it.
Why am I not surprised?
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
What a
voice,
funny line.
bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Women love to say that.
See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you? You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's...
Whatever she is now.
It doesn't
let's
matter.
get in there
If
and see
I
the
might
theory.
interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. You make your
Wonder
way
if it's
to
a
the
new
bottom of the
design?
stairs.
Or if it's just like there's another part to it
Chamber's
after
walls
this.
are
Okay, this
painted
is
in
the same
blood,
base design.
A deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpse. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around, and then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you. Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for...
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side.
Let's see what happens.
The blade tumbles from your nervous fingers as you stand, arms outstretched. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
That's our stuff!
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality. You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive.
We're not out for the count just yet.
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place.
Classic.
Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic. It is tragic, though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
People are always saying that to me.
She snaps her fingers, and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me? Hurting each other. You've already taken my capacity for pain. You're the only thing left that hurts here.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do? Yes, it is hopeless. This is what we deserve.
Pathetic. I can't believe we have to share a body.
Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
I like that she's nailed her flesh
Something
open.
infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps
Oh,
between
and
your
this
molecules.
crown is nails now, too. That's sick.
The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes, I think. Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
This is nothing. Nothing.
8, 16, 32,
This is just like
64.
the 64 palms triagram from Naruto.
Whatever is happening to us,
It
is
doubles every
happening
time Neji hits
faster.
with it.
128, 256, 512.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024, 2048,
2048.
4096, 8192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384, 32,768, 65,536.
These numbers are getting big.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
131,072, 262,144, 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher?
Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000. I don't like this waiting.
Waiting for something to happen. But it's taking so long.
Her eyes are so crazy.
16,768,000.
Oh!
33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
Me when I liquefy you.
268
Ooh.
We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
I want to screenshot. I like this art. It's
Doesn't
cool.
matter, because we're still alive.
You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. Please make it stop.
You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
True.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
16. 32. 64.
They're doing impressive work here with that line.
No.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the same
Oh,
body
she's
you were in.
sad.
The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain. We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too.
Oh, fusion.
Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
Yes, yes. See me as I have had to see you. No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
Another one where we get here without the voices of our companions. Interesting.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
This is crazy.
Whenever you are ready. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already... This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having...
Okay.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Okay. Weathered heart held in ribbons. Bring
You're
the
on a
rewound
path
fury to
in
her.
the woods.
I
You're
guess
here
that's the
to
new fury stuff. I don't know.
The door. How many times?
Okay.
We're going for damsel because there's new damsel.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Damn.
Okay, but actually,
Oh,
she pauses.
you can address me as your Royal Highness.
Is princess?
Like I said, I'm sorry, I've been down here so long
Okay, that's... She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. You're only making this...
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy. Fine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always...
She offers the suggestion with... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be non... You attempt to make someone... You make your way to easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could...
She barely hesitates before raising
Damn,
her arm.
I
to her
forgot
mouth,
how she gets
her
that.
teeth tearing through her lip as she rips her flesh from her bone. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to... You won't like what Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged... You cut. The blade is sharp, and it takes little... Her limb falls to... She didn't so much as utter a... No. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after it?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't. As the princess... Wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, but the princess dodges, stumbling back again. Stop it. Stop trying to resist. The blade! As your body remains frozen in...
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through...
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Damn, bro.
For her sake.
He's so down bad.
Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of whatever. She sinks the blade.
I'm sorry.
Queen shit.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around. It can't just end. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's
She's so
happened.
sad.
The two of you, everything goes dark. You're on a path. You're here to sleep. Oh, don't you start grandstanding about. If he doesn't remember what happened, then.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intention.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds.
What can I say? A world.
He's right.
A warning. She will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't.
I think we've already been over this.
I do, but I also speak from the heart.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to. Don't pay their bickering any mind. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
Pristine cut.
Its stone walls, the door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around.
My love! We're here to.
You know she can't hear.
She may not be able to hear my.
Oh, your spirit's plenty.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was
She
so
can
worried
hear
you
him.
wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that?
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your rape.
That's right, villain. Well, only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. We damned a whole. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with.
You missed
Am I
the
only one who
gatekeeping.
thinks that's weird?
We haven't gotten to girl. Well, we sort of got to girl bossing actually.
She
It was
didn't
pretty
care
crazy.
Last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
But the new content
Okay.
is
You were
pretty
just doing your
cool.
best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think
How
she
do I
has
get the
someone
new
like him
content
telling
here?
her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay, let's make a save here. And let's just try and rescue her, I suppose.
No. I can't.
You're what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain tight and depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
My passions contain titanic depths, and I can kill us at a moment's notice.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and... You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
He did tell us.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in
Pristine
her back,
Cut.
and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't. It makes sense.
Okay, if that's what makes...
Is she? What's going on?
Okay.
I want to see if this is...
Oh, is that really what you want?
Oh,
If
okay.
you think that would make you happy, then...
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Well, at least she's normal again. Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad?
Aw.
She's distraught. This is unacceptable.
So that is a new option, I think.
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she?
No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here. As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... No, you absolutely do not do that.
Oh, but I do.
What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
He can't be serious. I am. Kills self.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
And yet, it's done, isn't it?
Smitten, my man, you are already S tier.
You yank violently,
Welcome to double
your
S
bones
tier.
cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then
Crazy to crazy
everything
communication.
goes dark and we die. Yes.
Happily ever after. Epilogue. So this is new.
Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
You're on it? Okay.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Voice of the Paranoids here.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong.
Oh, she's the windows.
Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise.
He makes a good point.
I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one? The other one? Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet.
He didn't get out, did
You
he?
can say absent. Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it?
Did he get out?
Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
That...
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are.
I mean, it would make sense.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus.
Voice of the hero, very self-centered.
I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Is there a ring?
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options.
Fair.
Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's
Do
not
it
there, is
right.
it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Let's see if I can turn around and leave.
As you foolishly turn to leave the cabin and... oh, isn't that convenient? As you turn around, you're faced with a solid wall. Yes, it's very... I assure you, I'm just as surprised as you are. Can't you hear the relief in my voice? I wouldn't be relieved if I was the one who set this up. Look, it doesn't matter who put that wall there, because it's there. The only thing for you to do, with nowhere to go but forward...
Approach the mirror.
Across the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right. There is no door. There is. What a strange thing to lie about. That's because I'm not lying. Look, if you need... You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone. I don't like things disappearing on us. I don't like how fluid reality seems to be. Neither do I. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Well, get fucked.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice, exitless house doesn't mean that she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning.
Coward.
No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice. That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? And don't eat the food. This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful.
I think we found the smitten.
Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the centre of the room, the princess seated at its far end. Your
She has the
pristine
knife.
blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
The princess.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
What if I don't want to?
Suspiciously easy. There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Her turn to be in control, I see.
Isn't that better? It is better, right? It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted. Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
The flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
What is that supposed to be?
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will. You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
I wish I had a magic shadow that could make dinner for me.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you.
Imagine how awesome it would be to have this.
The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already, and then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
And so the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal.
That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever.
Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. And again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing.
I'm so tired of eating.
At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
Divorce
As the words
era.
leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not.
As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me. He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place
Smitten
for
on
us.
the loose for real.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not
Shadows
gone.
on the wall.
He's
The
just
deuce
with her
identity of
now.
the shadowy
He's
figure.
The shadow.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
What is that?
No, I
He had
saw
a
him
beak.
smile. That's him.
Oh, because we're birds.
Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say. I don't know. Maybe we could play a game. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
Ah. If only you could hear me say hello.
You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception.
I want to play the game.
And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never going to stay fun. You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and
I
pieces,
am her.
it would be fun again.
Make the game more complex.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
Damn.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful. I think
Even
we
he
all
feels
know
bad.
that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves. The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it. I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out? I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
Damn.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out. She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Goodbye. Enjoy playing Gartic.
That's a nice thought. I think this place was bad for us. It was keeping us small. I think it's time for us to go.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile.
Very
As she
demure.
gently takes your hand in
Very
hers.
mindful. Very cutesy.
She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
It does, if he's telling the truth.
Demure update reel.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Damn, Smitten really made it that bad.
It really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he?
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures
Just like
yanking at
spam
our
time.
strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
A quiet moment.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Damn, this one's cute.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
I meant it. Share a dance with your happy ending.
She's gone.
This is the first time we're getting
Where
to the
did she
mirror
go?
with our
Should we
voices here,
try and find
actually.
her?
That's something
Who's
we
that
might
up-
try and do
The
sometime.
mirror.
Because
Why
we
is
can
it
get
here?
here with none of the voices
Why now?
in at least 3 routes that I know of.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's calling us, and not in a good way. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Can we trust you?
You're my special little soldiers, don't worry. Withered.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions. All of me is changing. This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
She still has the knife.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
That feels like it's relevant.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
An honest heart. Share your happy ending with her. Aw.
You're on a path.
So we need
you're
2 more.
That's the...
Do we take the blade or do we just enter the basement this time? I don't know what other new paths there are. I'm gonna check the update notes. The Den and Apotheosis. Which one's Apotheosis? Oh, the Spectre has a new one. Okay. So we'll do the Spectre, and then we'll also do the Den. So we have to take the blade.
The daughter... Good. You're still... You lunge. Yes. With... You open... This... I do. I made this happy little place fine. The princess...
Alright, we're in the Spectre.
A warning. She will lie.
She won't be a...
She won't be a problem.
The interior of the cabin is cold. The blade is your...
It feels like no one's been, like I've been saying.
The door to the room, but nobody's here. As much as... I guess we'll just... As you descend... Okay. It's just... Before you have a chance... Too deep. And finally...
Oh.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Real.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running... Her touch
We're
is...
gonna speed through this because I've done it a bit.
I see you don't have that annoying knife anymore. So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging. Too little, too late.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
True.
We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the more... When a hero slays a... No. Okay. I didn't want to be Oh, doesn't matter.
The enemy of my enemy.
The princess circles you again, her icy...
I don't want enemies. Is that real?
And just where...
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. Wherever I'm supposed to.
How? And how convenient for...
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. No. Those bones are just a body, but you can help me. I've tried. Sure.
That doesn't sound very real. It could be the best way to trap her for good. That is a...
Let's get a little possession going.
The princess...
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, Killer. I mean it.
What are you doing?
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just
Everything won't be fine, one way or another.
wouldn't that be nice?
your legs. We're...
I'm just trying to get home.
But that's exactly what you leave...
You don't know that.
I do. Wait. If she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean... It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean... Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's some... I suppose it's all against the back. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop...
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just...
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you. And it's just the weight of it all. It's too much for... And wine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your...
Trudging
You
forward
continue slowly to the door.
brings us
We're
to
so
an
close.
ending.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's a... Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough. Collapsed to the ground. You and the yeah.
Nothing.
So we did slay him up. But what about us? We're still... Yeah.
Okay, I've heard enough from these... You actually freed me, didn't you?
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Okay, so I've gotten that before. So boring. Let's kill ourselves.
You reach forward and mindlessly take the blade. Isn't that? I hadn't even considered it as a... Of course we're sure. All right then.
After all that, you're really just going to stab me again?
Hear that? You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain the princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the...
I don't want to die in you. I thought you finally understood me, but instead you just wanted to hurt me again.
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and...
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dark.
Voice of the cold.
And you are about
You're cold,
to be
man.
dead.
Get away from me, you cold little freak.
At the very least, you've been stripped away from something.
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me. Is this what you wanted? Oh, you're here too. Maybe trying to slay me was for the best, if it means you could leave those other voices behind. The two mean ones, at least. I feel kind of bad for the nice one. But we probably shouldn't think about them too much right now. They're a mess, and I don't think we can fix them. No point in worrying over messes that can't be fixed.
Damn.
Wait, if we need to leave together to get out, this could still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive. It's okay, I'm sure you had your reasons, but I think we have to leave now. Come on, let's...
This is what she sees? This is rude.
Are you still there? Am I alone again? Then at least I won't be lonely. It's nice to hear your voice. I mean, think your voice? Maybe? It's like sometimes we are and sometimes we aren't. Like we're something in between ghost and not ghost. I don't know why you did what you did, but it's hard to be mad when you're just as stuck as I am.
She's nice.
I don't know. think they're okay. Some of them, at least. I didn't like the one that kept bossing you around, and that quiet one kinda gave me the creeps. I liked that last one, though. He was nice. I hope he's okay.
He's probably good.
I'm just trying to make the best of things. You could always make the best of things, too, if you want. We both have a chance to start over. Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that feels... right. I never wanted to be your enemy.
My bird, Tulpa.
Well, that's what I've always done.
Fair.
I already told you I don't have any ideas. I did tell you that, right? Sorry if I didn't. You've gotten title cards? What did they say? No, I won't. I promise. I want to know what it's like to be you. Well, the first one is sweet. Look, it would have been very sweet if things didn't turn out so violent. But that doesn't mean that things can't get better from here. I think we need a new title card, though. How about Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon? Does being called a dragon make you happy? You're kind of scary looking, like really scary looking. I guess you made it back here. We're still all wrong. It's like you don't really know what we're supposed to be. I know that sound. That's the knife. I guess it's hard to do anything without it. Scary. It's hard to describe. It's hard to look at you. Thumb. Thumb. Thumb.
We're big as fuck. What the hell? Forget slaying the princess. The Lakers need us.
You're you? You've always looked like this. You're scary sometimes, but looks only matter so much. I guess we'll just have to talk to them. So, here we are again. I'm back in chains and you have your knife. So, what are we going to do? I guess we could just stare at each other? Is that why you're always quietly staring? I can't hear what's going on in there anymore now that I'm back in my own body. Do you want to share your thoughts? It'd only be polite, really.
Do you think we're about to hear another Johnny voice, or is this gonna be someone else?
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Oh, another Johnny voice.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Oh no, the mutiny. Johnny is the voice actor, Jonathan Sims. Johnny Sims. Wait, no. What's his real name? Is his real name Sims, or am I mixing it up for the fictional character? I might be. What's his real name? Fuck. Yeah, okay, no, it is. See, sorry, Jonathan Sims is the real man. Johnny Sims is the fictional character. And he also is the voice actor for all of the voices and the narrator in this game.
How dull. We've already had our discussions in private. I'd rather not keep listening to the rest of you run in circles, repeating the same arguments again and again and again.
This is so creepy.
It was
She's
so
right.
much more interesting when we had someone to mediate. I'm sorry, did you just share privileged information with the enemy?
This is probably Voice of the Stubborn, right?
Well, it isn't privileged anymore, now is it? Do we really need all this secrecy?
I think that's Hero.
No, we don't.
Because this is cold.
Yes we do. Sidebar, everyone, now. Chop chop.
Excuse me. They're not listening to me.
Aw. Try being assertive.
You're right. No more nice princess for them. I'm going to speak my mind. Hello? I'm trying to say something. Hey, I said I'm talking now. Will you listen to me?
Yes, girl.
So you are, and very loudly. Do you have something to say?
Oops. I mean, yeah. I already know about all that privileged information because he's in here with me.
Oh, how very interesting. Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is Hero.
Doesn't it? Oh, it changes things, all right. We get to take out 2 birds with 1 stone.
This could be contrarian.
Wait, what?
From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy? Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Okay, we don't get to know the voices, but... like, we don't get to see it listed here, which is a bummer.
And are you doing this?
Oh, I most definitely am.
Maybe it's the narrator? No, it couldn't be the narrator. This is so fucking scary.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision, but we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves a say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this
Opportunists.
is finally over and we are officially on top.
That's who it is.
But enough
Opportunists.
chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Princess collapses against the wall. See? That was easy.
I knew it.
It was too easy. It felt bad. Don't feel bad. Life is all about taking the easy wins. You don't think the people at the top got there because they worked for it, do you? I mean, of course they did. Hard work is important.
Eh, hard work often goes unappreciated.
Damn, Opportunist?
Why
You
bother?
suck, bro.
Yes.
She
screw
literally
hard
has a
work.
big X to
I
stab.
guarantee you that anyone who's anyone has done nothing but take shortcuts.
Am I supposed to find that impressive?
Of course you are. I got us here, didn't I? Yes, everyone's very impressed with your accomplishments. But in case you hadn't noticed, she isn't dead yet. So how about you finish this before you start celebrating yourself?
What are you waiting for? You won, didn't you? Not that it's hard executing a helpless captive.
Good to be back,
just as I intended. I was never cut out for leaving.
That's you in that body again, isn't it? I thought it felt a little empty in here. And hurt, but I'll live. If you'll let me. Will you? Or are you still going to kill me? And the only thing left to do is cut me out of here. You should give the knife to me, though. What if you using it kicks you out of your body again?
Okay, listen. I know you're in charge again, but this is obviously a trick. We can't trust her. We literally just stabbed her. Someone's gonna have to take a leap of faith eventually. You hand the blade to the
She's
princess,
good!
who
What?
gingerly cuts herself free from her binding.
One slice.
You maniac. And then what happens? Then, as her chains clatter to the floor, she turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No, 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 no. You need the blade to deal with her.
I'm so glad that's behind us. Come on, let's get out of here.
She reaches forward and takes your hand in hers before excitedly pulling you towards the basement stairs. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with.
I missed this guy. He's also Sorry, Smitten is double S tier. This guy is regular S tier.
Whatever. It's delicate and tender. Ah, so even through everything, she hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do.
Me when I hear my boss is in the body of somebody else. Well, I've got to kill you. Sorry, homie. Triple S tier. We'll revise
Two
the
of you
list
rush
later.
up the basement stairs together. Ugh. Welcome back, by the way. Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realize that, yes? Who cares?
One last door, and then we're free. I'm down a hand, so you'll have to be the one to open it.
She's so cutesy.
You twist the doorknob in your hand and step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
Yeah, get fucked, narrator.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be happy, but I think I am. I just didn't realize that being happy would feel so cold.
No, boo, boo!
She's gone. Where did she go?
Well, once was one,
Should we
then
try
was
and find her?
two. Aw.
And is that a... But it feels so bad. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. You don't need to comfort them. Okay. Finally! We're going places. Whatever makes you happy.
We are certainly going places, brother. Unraveled. Like Tokyo
There's
Ghoul.
a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that... This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly. If he is anything other than us, he isn't worth the effort to destroy.
Damn, narrator. Big L for you, brother.
The next time I see you, I will be here.
Alright, the final one. An empathetic heart.
You're on
We've
a
been
path in
racking
the
up
woods.
achievements.
And you're here.
Okay, we're doing the beast.
Your own.
Okay.
You make your without hesitation. Though you're you stick you can side.
The witch? No. No, we want the beast.
Are you this is the end. Before you you're on up you're here. The interior of the cabin is ruined. The blade.
No steel claw. Do you think we can...
I guess the door to the air.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient. You carefully make the last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away. Remember, she is... You're not... Doesn't matter. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, Fled.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
Damn,
Yes,
I don't
shifter.
remember her
She's
talking
getting ready to
before.
pounce. You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that
Fair.
her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take...
Play dead, you say? Alright, I auto-saved. Or loaded an auto-save at some point. Play dead.
We're playing dead. It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death. She lands directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushed. That actually worked, didn't it? Only... She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds your...
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Move, now! But it's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinged. I guess that's... Unfortunately for you, you are in a dark...
No, we don't want that. We want... survive.
Spring to a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
And you bear your weakness to the world. I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
I think I went to the
Ask her
wrong
what she
one.
wants. Just go back for the blade upstairs and slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks. She's just a princess,
Don't overthink it.
Of course, how
She's
simple.
clearly not. A tickling sensation rises at the flee. We can't keep... You're a little slower this time. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's a costly mistake. We will make it again unless something changes. We need more time.
Our game.
Why does anything kill anything else?
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do...
What she wants only matters if she wins.
She's more tense this time.
The mere thought of moving again makes you... We're exhausted. We're still alive. We owe it...
Let's try this one more time.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact. And once again, you are too slow to come. This isn't working. We have to do...
Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters... We're trying, but...
We have to. We keep up or...
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flash.
Too tired to think, but...
We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from... You do your best to dive out of the way and...
Partially?
Yes, the princess fails to swallow you whole. That's just as bad.
It's death either way.
At least you look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth.
Doesn't let
Your
me see
legs
his
are
damn.
nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock. The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in
The
the
den. We
That'll
got the right
work.
one. Fuck yeah, I was right.
We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. Instinct was keeping until it wasn't. So what are we great? So you've been here before, so you know more than you let. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, and why is having me explain why would defeat the whole... And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? It's my rule, and this... She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna... But she's fast. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our... It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we... But you already know what she... Yeah, a princess we couldn't see. And one that had big, sharp teeth too. Sharp... You make your way down to the cabin. Your
This one
fated
looks
confrontation
nice.
awaits. Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows.
And what if she doesn't want to be seen?
We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be. The interior is dark and overgrown. The only furniture of note, if the blade is your... If there's a way forward, that... What are you talking?
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's...
Then either way, we need to invest. Yes, you pull the blade. Odds are we'll need it. You step... Haven't you... That mirror... It... So... You reach... See? You step forward. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, it smells of mold. As you crawl forward on hands... Stay quiet. You say nothing, maintaining the silence. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe. You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest. That's right. Keep steady.
This one's interesting.
Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
There. She's about to strike.
With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you,
claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, then snapping, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance. She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, so that's what she's become. No. Looking at her makes me feel... Yeah. Now that we can see her, she paws futilely at the air between you, and she realizes this. Her arm goes limp, flopping to... Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back. You can imagine. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that? Wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy. Business to begin with. All it does is make us feel conflicted. I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like she hurts?
Now, let's think for a second.
Well, I do.
There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws. We've come this far, but can we trust a creature that until...
What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's... You already have a weapon, and she's as vulnerable... The princess's eyes go wide as the blade tumbles from your hand. You're going to get yourself killed.
What are you doing? We could all just turn around and be done. What's your game?
You and I both know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike. Don't flinch. Show her our resolve. Reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. Do you really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed her?
It has. I've known a lot of people who get stuck in caves.
Yes. She's a victim of her own nature, just like we are. If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she? Yes.
She's kind of turning into us.
Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand. Ugh. Do you think we can...
Like all the
pull her
feathers and the claws and the scales.
We have to try. It's a bad death being stuck in place.
And what if it doesn't work? What if we can't trust her?
We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her, and I know you don't trust him.
I don't even trust the rest of you, but that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps.
But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring?
I can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Pull her
You
free.
tug, but the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen.
Facts.
You are all infuriating to work with. But fine, you continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her.
That's the spirit. Keep going. Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us.
Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess? How devious. Does it collapse? Yes, it does. As you pull the princess free, the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart. Trapped. No, we have to get out. We have to get out. It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you? Well, the ceiling collapses. Heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and I don't believe it. Let me guess. Everything goes dark, and we die. No, not yet. You open your eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris. There is space enough for you to move, at least for now.
I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all.
The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands.
Well, you can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both.
We can always dig. Both of us.
Dig.
It'd be
dig,
suffocating
dig,
to death
dig.
down here in the dark.
Then let's do it. You and the princess dig through the loose earth of the collapsed tunnel together. How sweet. But it seems the harder you try to claw your way forward, the denser the path becomes. All of this effort, and for what? A chance to end the world? I hope you fail.
Shut
His words
up,
are nothing.
loser.
Pay attention to what you feel and see.
It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening, and what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe.
Harder to breathe is still breathing.
It's true.
Well, either way, the two of you are miserable. I don't know, I feel like we're forming a bond with her. Can't be all that bad if we're bonding. She's not capable of bonding. Need I remind you that as soon as she saw you, she tried to eat you? You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life.
You're
If you
just
were so
jealous.
sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air. There's nothing of substance to you at all, is there?
I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly.
Do you smell it? Fresh air.
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind in the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die, buried and alone.
You are unbelievably petty.
Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago.
She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her?
No, she isn't. She's...
How many times do you have to be wrong before you stop talking?
The princess stares down at you from the opening. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth. She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door. If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there? You open the door, the two of you stepping out into the fresh air and collapsing together.
A lot of these new endings involve you going outside, huh?
Ha! We're outside, and there's ground beneath our feet. I don't see any oblivion. Admit it. There never was an end of the world coming, was there?
Yeah, we got him there, didn't we? I don't think I've ever seen him stunned into silence before.
Can't you feel the hole where he was? He's gone.
Fancy that.
Yeah, fuck that
I'm
guy.
not sure gone is good.
She's gone.
The lion
did
and
she
the
go?
mouse.
Should we try
An
and find her?
unlikely ally.
And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad.
That thing
You're right. Part of me wants to...
Okay, I'd like...
Feels too...
I think you know what
what I am.
Beak mouse.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never...
This is the part where I kill you. A vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. Oh my god, it's my friend.
I can finally see you.
That was pretty
and
crazy.
You can finally see me.
Right, you can't skip through this text.
So long, and my heart has ached for this moment. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not. My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I didn't think I was going right into it.
Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
This is the most recent one.
But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold
Usually they go
starlight
from the
you
first one to
found
the
them.
last. This is interesting.
Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you. Even the cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
Let's make a save here, because we can back out of this.
The only thanks you need to give is both our freedoms. Leave with me. What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match.
Perhaps.
I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again.
Oh, she's so small.
The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
Then leave with me.
If you need more time to open your eyes.
A picture of a life and a
Yeah,
picture
that
of
one's
a
on me.
life
I should
and a
have
picture
said,
of a
like,
life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us? What we saw was a world without me. Everything will be okay.
that's true.
So
That's
long
why
as
the
we
narrator
live
gave
together.
up.
Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body?
Me when I turn you into atoms.
Peel the
LOL.
skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
She's just chilling.
You are you.
Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the
Just a
lie
little
that our
head.
spirits were not free to choose. But together, we left it all behind, and found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty
Oh,
in
the,
accepting
okay, the
our
body is
dance.
there.
This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me. And I hope you'll be happy to watch the world with me again. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. There is no something else. This, what we are,
There's always
is
something else.
everything.
We can settle it in Smash.
Whatever you're trying to do right now. It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Beautiful cabin.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but do you... Yeah, there's no man I...
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still...
No blade it is. I'm not the stairs. Do you remember?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp. And down we go.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You were only
Right,
trying to
prisoner.
help.
You know, when she puts it like that,
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that. No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
Aw.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin. I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mound. It's too much.
Fair
But
enough.
I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
but that's me. You know, I think I like that.
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
It's quite a lot.
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Aww.
Okay then. Let's leave.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, it wouldn't feel right, but I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
Just don't find Smitten. He's kind of a freak. I know there's supposed to be a new ending. I definitely didn't get it doing this, but I like this Hunting the Mist.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Aw.
Of course I am. Are you?
The Princess and the Dragon. The little creatures. I don't know if there was always an axolotl there. I think that's fun. Return to main menu. So, the hero and the princess, the space between, the end of everything. Vessels. So, there's a good amount that we didn't get. Oh, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, luckily, I know pretty much all of these. Well, this was longer than I meant the stream to be today. We will be back again tomorrow to keep up schedule for this week, and I think Thursday might actually be a no-go. We'll see, though. Thank you to everybody who popped in, and goodbye.